Freedom had finally come. Egypt was behind them. The promised land was ahead. But between freedom and promise lay a long and difficult road. The book of Numbers tells the story of a people learning to trust God on their journey.
Through desert wind and burning sand, you guide us with your steady hand. Cloud by day, fire by night, lead us onward in your light.
The book of Numbers describes Israel's journey from Mount Sinai toward the Promised Land. At the beginning, God organizes His people and prepares them to move forward. But the journey becomes longer than expected. Again and again, the people complain, doubt, and lose trust. Yet throughout the wilderness, God remains faithful. He provides food, guidance, protection, and mercy. Numbers reminds us that faith is often learned in the middle of difficult journeys. Numbers 6:24-26.
The Lord bless you and keep you.
This famous blessing shows God's heart for His people. Even in the wilderness, God desires to bless, protect, and bring peace. Numbers 11:23.
Is the Lord's arm too short?
When the people doubted that God could provide food, God responded with this question: Nothing is impossible for God. Often our doubts come from forgetting His power. Numbers 13:30.
We should go up and take possession of the land.
Joshua and Caleb trusted God's promise. Even when others saw giants in danger, they believed that God was greater. Faith sometimes means trusting God when others are afraid. Numbers 14:18.
The Lord is slow to anger, abounding in love.
Despite the people's repeated complaints and rebellion, God showed patience. This verse reveals one of the most important truths about God. His mercy is greater than human failure. Numbers 21:9.
Moses lifted up the bronze serpent.
When the people looked at the bronze serpent, they were healed. Jesus later referred to this moment as a symbol pointing to His own saving work.
Step by step through unknown land, you hold tomorrow in your hand. When we fear, when we roam, you are leading us back home.
Charles Stanley once taught, "When God allows a trial in your life, it is because He has a purpose greater than the pain." The wilderness journey in Numbers reminds us that spiritual growth often happens in difficult seasons. And A.W. Tozer wrote, "God never hurries. There are no deadlines against which He must work." Even when the journey seems long, God's timing is always perfect.
Numbers reveals that God remains faithful even when people struggle to trust Him. Throughout the wilderness, the people often doubted and complained. Yet God continued guiding them, providing for them, and showing mercy. The book of Numbers reminds us that faith is not a straight path, but even through wandering and weakness, God continues leading His people toward His promises.
Through endless roads and desert skies, you hear your people's restless cries. Still you guide with patient grace and lead us toward your promised place. Faithful through the wilderness, you never let us go. Through every step of doubt and fear, your love continues to show. When faith grows weak and hearts grow tired, your mercy lifts the fallen higher. Even when our trust grows dim, your promises remain within. The road is long, but you are near. Your voice still whispers, do not fear. Faithful through the wilderness, your guiding light we see. And every step upon this road leads closer still to thee. Oh, still to thee.
The book of Numbers reminds us that the journey of faith is not always easy. God's people struggled, doubted, and wandered. Yet through every challenge, God remained faithful. Even in the wilderness, He continued guiding them toward His promise. But before the people enter the promised land, Moses delivers one final message of instruction and covenant renewal. That story continues in the next book of the Bible, Deuteronomy,